Thank you. Yeah, our project is called Enhancing Northern Community and Ecosystem Resilience to Fire. It's a partnership between Wilfrid Laurier University as well as the government of the Northwest Territories, also including many collaborators, probably too many to name, but including some Indigenous governments, NRCan, and Aurora College. This project was born out of the extreme fire season in 2023, which was the worst on record for the Northwest Territories from a number of perspectives, including burned area, evacuations, uh, as well as if observed fire behavior, fire weather, and a number of other metrics as well. The pictures on the screen here. The left is a picture of Fort Smith on the day the fire took about a 55-kilometer run towards the community, and that hasn't had any filters applied. That's what it looked like. And on the right is an aspen stand just outside of the community that many of the trees are now permanently bowed to the side because they were bent so far with the wind and superheated by the fire as it passed through. So our project objectives first characterize historic fire regimes. So to do this, we're using a dendrology method where we find fire-scarred trees in the forest and take a cookie from them, and from that we can establish the dendrological record, and from that we're hoping to be able to reconstruct about 200 years of fire history. The second objective is to evaluate the causes and consequences of short interval reburn. So areas of short interval reburn are being identified and stratified by fire severity of the previous fire, sampled to see how things are responding ecologically to those different scenarios. And the third objective is to evaluate the long-term effects of fire suppression. So we're trying to identify if past fire suppression activities have actually been contributing to a more challenging modern fire environment, particularly in areas close to communities. So for our Dendro project, we had about 3 weeks in the field this year. We found multiple trees with at least 5 scars, and we think we've got 6, which would be the most fire scars we've found on a tree in the Northwest Territories, if true. And we got approximately 30 kilometers of transect done. So a good start on that project, that part of the project. We've also been in the field this year for the short interval reburn project. That has had about 2 months of field work, and during that time they established more than 50 plots within the Wood Buffalo National Park area, as well as around Fort Smith. And also we've been revisiting newly reburned sites in the North Slave, where some existing permanent sample plots have actually reburned recently. So will be a very good source of information. And just as a statistic, historically, about 2% of area burned qualifies as short interval reburn. Some studies in Alaska have been seeing this number creeping up towards 5%. But in 2023 in the Northwest Territories, it was about 10% of our area burned was short interval reburn. So there could be some significant ecological consequences from that. And then in terms of looking at the effect of suppression, there's a map here. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but the transparent outline is of fire SS52, which threatened the community of Hay River and actually burnt a significant part of the community of Enterprise in 2023. And inside you see that since each dot in there represents a fire that was suppressed since 1988, which were 97 different fires. 15 of those were in 2014 alone. So we're asking the question, did those historical suppression activities actually lead to the conditions that could allow a massive fire like this to take place when the weather conditions were such that we had very few management options. And our next steps, we're going to be expanding our field programs next year, hopefully spend more time in the field. We've also applied for a promo science grant to expand the amount of resourcing for outreach and engagement, including roadside signage, fire education podcasts, land camps, curriculum development, and multi-generational on the land knowledge share. That's it for me.